Hey guys, it's Stunner here, and welcome to another episode of HG Challenge. Now, today's challenge does not come from a Need for Speed game, it does not come from a Gran Turismo game, and it doesn't even come from a Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon game. This challenge comes from a little game called Kaido Battle 2, or Kaido Battle Toge no Densetsu, or something like that. I'm not a Japanese fluent speaker at all, or even remotely close to, so I probably butchered that very badly, so if you're Japanese, I apologize. But of course, if you live over in North America like I do, you probably know this game a little bit better as Tokyo Xtreme Racer Drift 2. So you can probably guess who requested this challenge. Yep, from the resident TXR freak of my server, and my, yes, is 04567, who requested a little bit of a challenge after he found a little save from a guy who made a video on YouTube. And when it had a certain car that said person who uploaded it was driving, it got Zero curious to ask if he could get a save for it, and of course the uploader was very kind enough to do so. And of course, there's a couple other things found in this save, but particularly it allows us to do the challenge that he requested me to. His challenge for me is to beat the Kingdom 12 leader, Kaido President, using the 13 Devils leader car's Emperor Speed. So basically, it's a case of a Honda S2000 goes against a Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Now, I'll try to, if I can, I'll try to explain a little bit more of the, the kind of things about this and whatnot as I go through. Nope, I do not want that as we go through this. But in the terms of doing this, doing this thing, we're going to be anyways, jeez, I'm completely lost. But anyways, what the case is going to be is we're on Hokkaido because that's where the game takes us. And now the one thing I'm going to have to try doing is, but yes, we're here on Hokkaido. Let me actually finish this without cutting myself off. We're doing the FL battle, which is basically a goal. Get to the goal before your rival does. So it's that kind of, like a sprint race, if you can consider it something like that. And I'm also, you may notice I'm actually using manual. The reason I'm doing this is because I find that, oh my god. I find that, at least in terms, we don't have to worry in terms of straightaways or nothing, but I find that in terms of, in terms of using manual, like, I can use early shifts on the car, because this car does like to get loose. It does like to become a bit of a crazy thing to get down, which you wouldn't think for a four-wheel drive car like the Impreza, or let alone what the Emperor Speed was driving before, which is the Skyline R34, if you know anything about this series. But on surface like this, it's just very easy, and with a car this powerful, it's certainly very possible. So, I'm also just trying to be careful too, because if I slam into the wall enough times, I'm going to end up. Ooh, I've never been good. I'm not particularly good at this corner. In my practice runs, I always seem to go wide and whatnot. And I'm going to have to be aggressive on Kaido President because he likes to be just as aggressive. Especially if he gets in front of you, the one tactic he's going to do more than anything is block you. But basically, the whole thing, if I remember correctly, the whole thing of this game is that it's a common widespread misbelief on, like, oh, he spun out. Oh, okay, that is a first. Get owned, Kaido President. He spun himself out, and I win because of that. So there you go. The challenge is complete in a very exciting way. But anyways, basically, I should mention the whole common misconception is that the 13 Devils, the leader, is trying to take over all the Toge stages, including Hokkaido and whatnot, to use it for their own, close it down to public racers and use it for their own deeds. And all the other racers believe that the Kingdom 12 is trying to, protect some ore to allow people to continue racing around all the Kaido areas. But it's actually the other way around. Kingdom 12 is actually corrupt, especially its leader, Kaido President, and wants to take it all for themselves, whereas the 13 Devils, despite their bad reputation, is actually the people who are trying to help them out. So it's a case of people don't believe they're the ones trying to help out when they actually are, or something like that. I haven't really followed enough. But yeah, again, it's another case of using the FL battle was just because, if I run into walls, I don't have to worry about losing even despite being ahead because of not having enough FP because of cracking the walls. Because in FL battle, that does not exist. But yeah, that was a pretty exciting way to win. So yeah, I'll take that. So that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you want to request any sort of challenge, you can leave it down below in the comments. I also recommend checking out my game list. I leave that down below in the description, I believe, as well. So you can get an idea of what the games I own. So if there's any particular thing you want to challenge in those, go right ahead. Of course, you can also check out my other links, like my Twitter, my Twitch. I gotta stream. I gotta really get myself a second screen at some point, badly. Then I can start streaming again. My forum boards and my Twitch and my Twitch. I just said Twitch, and donate to my Patreon. All that kind of, or if you decide to, you don't have to, and all that kind of stuff. I'm a bit of a mess right now, as you could probably tell. But anyways, like I said, that's gonna do it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care.